Hello, my name is Michael Woodland, and I did my project on global ocean trash crisis. What are the trash dumps? The trash dumps are large areas of our oceans that have been overwhelmed by trash. These areas are caused by the ocean currents that create a large pileup in particular areas around the globe, which scientists call conversion zones. The largest of these trash dumps is the Great Pacific Trash Dump, which has a mass to a size of 1.6 million square kilometers, approximately twice the size of Texas. Is the problem getting better or worse? The problem is most definitely getting worse. Every year, 8 million tons of trash are displaced into our oceans from either industry or individual littering. Some strides have been made to slow down this accumulation of trash, but it's nothing for the total output of trash from the global community. Who is responsible? The short answer is that Asia is responsible for the trash, as they output 80% of the total ocean-related trash. It's easy to point the finger at Asia because they both include China and India, who in the last 50 years have developed into very large industrial countries. In the long run, people are responsible for this, and eventually everyone is going to have to do their part to make sure that no more trash gets in the ocean. But for now, industry in China and Asia can be associated with being the main problem. What are some potential solutions? Solutions to the problem include a variety of things, but mainly come down to proper trash disposal. Most of the trash that is produced is unable to be properly dealt with, as the volume in recent years has spiked. Cleaning up the trash that is currently in the ocean is the main solution proposed. It is estimated that over a 10-year period, 50% of the trash in our oceans could be realistically cleaned up for a cost of 625 million euros, or 756 million American dollars. The cleanup effort would most likely need to be crowdfunded, as many governments have refused to step up and take responsibility for their actions. But at the end of the day, it's less than $3 per U.S. citizen, and we could do it. Solutions continued. Other solutions include what activists in the community call shutting off the hose. This would essentially mean preventing any further trash from entering the oceans. We could do this by putting regulations in place that forbid polluting, or just fines, or anything that keeps people from putting in the ocean, and maybe doing that will cause them to favor putting it in a landfill or some other legal solution rather than committing a crime. Some of these policies would include simple fines, but that's just the start. Alternative methods for trash disposal. Currently, there isn't a really great way to get rid of trash. Only 15% of the trash that is attempted to be recycled is done so successfully. This number has been increasing in recent years as more recycling plants has opened, and the efficiency of these plants has also increased. The number is still not where we'd like to see it, but it's getting there. Other solutions call for better methods for landfills. Currently, research on the use of black soldier flies could help reduce the biodegradable waste, which makes up 85% of landfill. They could use the black soldier flies to digest all of this biodegradable waste, therefore turning these completely filled landfills into relatively empty landfills where we could easily store all of the plastic. In addition, these black soldier flies can be used to feed livestock. How long do we have? This question is easy to ask, but is difficult to answer. It really depends on where you draw the line. By 2050, trash will outweigh all ocean life. Every year, approximately 12% of the ocean trash sinks to the bottom where it can no longer be collected. Cultural shifts are what is going to cause a change in ocean trash output. Without everybody being on board, there's no realistic way for the ocean trash leakage to be stopped completely. Who will ultimately pay the price? If nothing is done, we could see a massive extinction of ocean life, as well as many of the creatures that call the ocean their home. Many species in the ocean regularly encounter the plastics, and a lot of them consume it. We've all heard about the sea turtles eating plastic bags. We all remember the penguin from Happy Feet with the soda rings around his neck. But even more of a problem is when these larger pieces of plastics break down, they become microplastics, which there's currently 5.25 trillion microplastics circulating around our ocean. These smaller plastics can be not digested, but consumed by smaller fish, which work their way up the food chain, eventually leading to humans. About 10 to 12% of people rely on the ocean as their primary source of protein, meaning that when these smaller fish are consuming these plastics, bigger fish consume the smaller fish, people consume the big fish, people are consuming the plastics. What is already being done? In places like America and Europe, regulations have been put in place to prevent people from putting trash in the oceans, which has undoubtedly made an impact on the total trash output. Between Asia, Europe, and the USA, 85% of the world's trash is produced. We are now seeing these regulations make their way into Asia, as in 2008, China banned the use of single-use plastic bags, which reduced the amount of plastic bags in circulation by 2.3 billion bags in just 1 year. Recycling is becoming a more available option as methods for disposal and research have allowed for more efficient plants and a larger quantity of them as well. What can you do to help? Make sure that you do your part and just throw your trash away when you're at the beach. Just make sure that all of your trash is being put somewhere where it can be properly disposed of and that it's not just circulating around our environment where it inevitably makes its way into our oceans. And another thing that you could do is when these proposals for trash cleanups are put up, offer some of your money. It's just a couple bucks. If everybody does a couple dollars, we'll see solutions in no time. And that's my presentation. Thank you. Merry Christmas.